Hi. Hi. OMG. Okay. Okay. OMG. There is a lot going on in these streets. There is so much going on. So we're gonna start off. Oh, I guess I should come on camera. Hi. So yeah, we're gonna start off with talking about Kevin Samuels. Samuels. How do we say that? Samuels. He allegedly passed away. That's the word that's going around. That Kevin is no longer with us, y'all. That his soul don't went over yonder. Okay, that is the word that is going around. Right now, I did some digging. Absolutely did because I'm nosy. So, I may have called some hospitals. I may. That might have happened. That might have happened. And in the process, Kevin, if you alive, oh well. Oh well, I called the hospitals and all of that stuff because oh well, you don't play with death. That's just not something that you play with. Okay. So I called a couple hospitals, a morgue or two, and I wanted to see if he is no longer with us. Like, what's the problem? In honor of being a fake journalist, because I'm not no real journalist. Y'all tried it. But I be on here. So when you talk, you gotta, have some proof. And I really did call. Look, which phone is it on? Did I think I recorded it. Let me look. Because look, I'll let y'all listen to a piece of it. This is me and a nurse. I'm a hoe. That's me. That's why I did that. So I can get ready to lie.
And Samuel, Samuel.
Yes, correct.
So I do not show his name listed in the system.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You as well. Thank you.
She said, "Thank you for calling Grady." So that was me on the phone with Grady Hospital. There is a longer call, and it's two more calls because with hospitals, and it's two or morgues. I mean, you have to call around and see. Like, duh. So it's just like, well, we should probably check. So that's what I did. I checked, and Kevin, they said they don't have you. That you haven't been there. Like none of that, as far as I'm concerned. So, Kevin, as far as I'm concerned, he's still alive. I mean, he lives in Georgia. His apartment is in Georgia. The apartment in question was the one in Georgia. So, yeah, they said they don't have him and that he ain't been there. And that's his real name, Kevin. So, yeah, they said that they don't have him. And if you notice, no reputable site, blog, okay, has posted this because it just kind of came out of nowhere. Okay. Just 15 hours ago, Kevin was very live, very so much so, on use of the tube over there being old, telling people what to do. Okay. And the white people, ain't none of the white people, Lord, doesn't say anything of the about this, like TMZ, not even the real big black people, like the shade room and neighborhood talk, and other people. As far as we're concerned, Kevin, I don't know if he told Gossip of the City, everybody looking at you, everybody looking at you, because girl, this story kind of just came out of nowhere. And now, don't get me wrong, it is a little eerie because Kevin could easily squash all of this by putting up a post on IG, going on YouTube Live real quick, having somebody from his team reach out and say something. Nobody has said anything. Nobody has said anything. So I'm just like, and everybody's like, well, his team has nor confirmed or denied it. Death hoax are like one of the worst things you can do, like in entertainment. Okay. So that's what I said makes it kind of seems eerie. Because like you should say something right away. You know, you shouldn't, you know, especially when it's getting this big to where like everybody's going around talking about it. If you are alive, it's best you say that immediately. You know, even because Kevin did not start this rumor. Okay. So it's not like he started it, but at the same time, he hasn't said anything. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, well, if he's alive, it's simple as him just saying like, heidi ho, like I'm still here. You know, you black women are still leftovers. You know, y'all still in the refrigerator in the box. You know, so I mean, so I'm like, that's a little weird too. I'm like, so, you know, so it's like at this point it's 50-50 because it's just like if he was found unresponsive, because that's what's being said, and then there's other the few places that are posting it are saying that it was like cardiac arrest, you know, or something like that. And then it's saying man, like even in from Gossip of the City's the initial call, it said a man. Like it really didn't specify. So, because you know, Kevin is known for having a male guest spend the night laying all up in beds. You know, he's known for things like that. He's known for things like that. You know, because he said anybody over 35 is a leftover if they still, if they ain't found nobody. So what are you at 56? Spoiled? Like, what are you? Because you're very so much, what, 56 and unmarried. Divorced twice. You can give no advice, yet you keep on giving it. So it's just like hair flip. I'm just like, whatever. So Kevin, nah, you trending #1 on Twitter about you passing away. Okay, so you're not too legit to quit. Like you're not lit. You're not any of that. You're allegedly not even here anymore. Okay, you're lifeless. You're trending for not being here. Okay, this is why hoax are very bad, you know, because now people are already grieving. Some of y'all running around YouTube crying, all of this stuff, and ain't nothing even been declared anything. Like we don't know anything. Like it's still just kind of up in the air, you know, at this point. There's, you know, a couple sites that when we're actually let's bring up his let's pull up his Instagram. He has not said a word. He has not said a word. Okay. He has not. This post is old. Okay. This was the last time anybody has seen him alive. Now, I say he went live yesterday. He also went live on YouTube. This was the last time anybody seen this man alive. Okay. Nobody has seen him alive since this. All right. Now, this was how many hours ago? Ooh, wrong one. How many hours ago? Hold on, let me. Okay, 18 hours. 18 hours ago, this was posted. Okay, he has not posted anything, and when within these 18 hours, there has been a lot going around about him not being here anymore. Okay, so it's just as simple as just going on IG with the camera. Hey, y'all, I'm fine. You know, I don't know how that got started, why it got started, but I'm fine. Okay. He has not done that. Let's pull up his YouTube. Let's pull up his YouTube. What do y'all think in the comments? What do y'all think in the comments? Should I just drop the link? Do you guys want to come up here? Do you guys want to come up here? Do you guys want to come up here? I want to know what y'all think, because I'm pretty sure y'all know like the majority, everybody run around saying the same stuff. But yes, as far as I'm concerned, they have not, the hospitals that I call that he would have went to, they have not had a patient of that name, you know, or anything like that. No Kevin Samuels, they haven't. So there's a lot of people that are going around that is happy that he may not be here alive. Y'all are cruel. I'm fixing my nose ring. I'm not thinking my nose curse. You guys are very cruel. Like, I understand you not liking Kevin because you don't have to, because I don't. Like, even if he's allegedly no longer here, I still don't like him. I still don't like him. I mean, he done said some crazy stuff. So it's his content that I don't like, and that's the only way that I know Kevin. Now, if I knew him personally, yes, very so much did. Hold on. Very so much did call the hospitals. Let me give y'all a little clip. Very so much did call the hospitals. Me. I have to lie a little bit.
Samuel.
Yes, correct. Just for Samuels.
I do not show his name listed in the system.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You as well. Thank you.
Thanks for calling Grady, is what she said. So they would have at least had him at one point, or said that we have him no longer, or that they said, no, we don't have anybody by that name. Like, so that means he ain't been here at all. Like, he ain't discharged because he wasn't brought in. Because they said the person was unresponsive that was on scene. So that person could have been deceased. It doesn't mean that, they brought them back, at the hospital. There was no need to, because it's like, well, when you're pronounced dead on scene, but it didn't say anybody was dead. But it just said that the 911 call gets worse. I'm like, well, how do we know that he's gone? I'm like, was that him? And if so, like, that's not enough information, gossip of the city. I was like, girl. So I'm like, no, let me call around. Hold on. Who's that? Hold on. Somebody said Hawaiians. No, we do not talk to Wanos. Wanos cannot speak to me. Hey, Melanie and Tally. Wanos cannot speak to me, like, at all whatsoever. We don't have anything to discuss unless y'all want to talk about these. It's a wino here. This is the only thing that we're going to discuss is roach killers. So if we're not going to discuss roach killers, I'm going to need y'all to move around and let us finish talking about Kevin, a YouTuber that matters, unlike your mama. So, we ain't about to talk about these feet and taking shoes out the garbage. Yeah, what? I would have hit them from y'all till at least 2030. I get years of peace from y'all. Basic. Like, yeah, gross. We ain't over here talking about her. She's not news. Tell her to go to the hospital. Then we'll talk about her. But other than that, while she's still over there squeezing in her daughter's clothes, we ain't got nothing to talk about. So, yeah, move around. So, anyways, what happened? Somebody said, is he a celebrity? A piece. He a little piece. Not because no lawsuit. He talked to Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj, she ain't like, what he was around here saying. And other, celebrities and whatnot too. He got over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I think he's got over 1 mil on IG as well. Yeah, so he's pretty big. He's sat on with a lot of people. So he's a celebrity due to sitting with celebrities for no lawsuits, not sitting with celebrities in court, sitting with celebrities at like gatherings and interviewing them and good stuff like that. Rappers have mentioned him in songs, and stuff like that. You got delusional YouTubers that think that press was about them. Press was about me. Okay? It was about me. It's like, wow. Like, but anyways, because see, y'all tried it. Y'all tried, see, y'all tried it. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, y'all tried it. So, yes, 2030. A wino can't say nothing to me till 2030. Like, go sit down. Y'all always trying to make this about her. This is about Kevin, the He-Man woman hater. Now, y'all, Kevin is allegedly alive. Now, everybody's saying he passed. Wow, where? We don't know that. And he needs to say something. Kevin. Don't think you get to say something tomorrow or in a couple of days. No, you're going to say something right now. He trying to wait till it hit national news. And then when it's on 11 Alive and all of that, and then all of a sudden, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. What is going on with y'all? No, you know what's going on, Kevin. You know what's going on. I don't think you did. So I'm not disrespecting the dead. He is alive as far as I know. He was just live. I know it happened quick. One moment you're here and one moment you're gone. And sometimes one moment you're here and the next moment you here. Like, I mean, it's that too. Like y'all tried it. So it's like, we don't know if he went to see the Lord. We don't know that. We do not know if he is over yonder. We do not know that. So I'm just like, yeah, no, we ain't nobody about to have no celebrate for no Kevin. Kevin, now you just know how people feel about you. You still should have been on here saying what you were saying with your tall old ass. All of that bump. You was running around here talking. It's a shame you sat over there and talked to them women like that. That's disgusting. Now I know I say what I say. Oh well, and I don't take none of it back. You thought you were about to get an apology? Yep, nope. So here flip. So you shouldn't have sat over there doing all that, degrading them people and all of that. Kevin, because a lot of the stuff you said to those people, it still sit with them. It still sit with them. So the last time they talked to you, you was maybe sitting over there calling them fat and saying that they wasn't enough and saying that they was Barack, girl, Kevin. I'm like, yeah, no, you tried it. It's a shame the women feel like they had to go to a hair salon just to come onto your live because they want you talking about them like a dog, like you normally do. Trying to sit there and tell somebody how to live their life. I say this, rather you're here or rather you're gone. Because Kevin, now I don't wish, the going on the glory. I don't wish that on nobody. That ain't right. The people that's going around saying that, like, oh, I'm glad. No, that's messed up. Like, I just like that's way too far. That ain't nobody about to let your legacy be you was no great man when you wasn't. You know, only homophobic, hetero men think you a hero. Other than that, you not. You not. Because some Kodak Black looking niggas be wishing that they could talk to the women, how you talk about those women, how you do. That women that beautiful will call into their live, will come on to their live, but they won't. So they sit there and vicariously lived through you, rather you here or rather you did. I would say this, it's not disrespect, it's an observation. It's my observation. Just because you stop breathing doesn't mean that I have to like you because I didn't when you were. So no, that's not changing. If you was a good man, the people that know you know that. I don't know him. I know of Kevin Samuels. What I've watched as of content is what I know of Kevin Samuels. So that's why I'm gonna judge him. I'm not gonna judge him. Oh, he's a great father. And I don't know that. I'm not around him in his turn. I don't know how he raised. I ain't seen none of that. I saw that nigga in that bed. I saw that. But yeah, I ain't see him raise his daughter. I didn't see how good he used to treat his wives. Like he was very so much divorced when he came around all of us. So yeah, I don't know none of that about him. I don't know that. So the people, if he's not here, that feel that way about him would be the people that know him. I don't. I'm going off content. And the content that I've seen, very disrespectful, very condescending. I get the message, but you don't have to be them. You don't have to push it that way. It's a way of talking to people. It's a way of expressing information, especially as knowledge versus judgment. And you did a lot of judging. You did a lot of that. So that's why a lot of people feel that if you did pass, you finally gonna go get judged. Ain't that something? Well, look at the Lord. And look at the Lord. So if y'all thought we was about to sit over here and have a celebrate, we was about to have a funeral for him, we're not. We're absolutely not. Radio, pay attention, because we're going to do the same thing with you. We're going to do the same thing with you. Let's see how quick Transrena go live and cry. And all of that, she would not. She'll do a fuck over Friday. Like you tried it. No, because no, girl. Because people love me. People gonna be sad. They're gonna be sad. They're gonna be real sad. They're gonna be like, oh, we loved him. Well, why, Lord? Why? People gonna be sad. Now, Kevin, you probably online right now looking for the videos of the people that like. Don't nobody like you like that. Whether you're up there, Kevin, did nobody like you like that. And if you still down here, did nobody like you like that. Like, yeah, you tried it. So, I mean, look, did you spread your wings or not? I'm like, why is everybody just going around like, oh, well, it may not be true. Y'all ain't gonna get in trouble. Y'all ain't hiding from the IRS. Y'all ain't trying to skip countries. No, he ain't paid taxes since 2008. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm not trying to end myself. He might be. So I don't know what it is, because I would have been said something. I would have went live twerking like just when bitches thought I was dead. Oh no, girl. I'm still very so much here. Now all of his haters is rejoicing. And this is weird. Because it's just like, well, if you still alive, would you, because just because people going around, look, because you got to, oh, he passed away of cardiac arrest. Did he? Did he? Okay. Let's pull this up. It says, reason behind image consultant, not image consultant. No, don't just give him no. Okay, behind image degrader, not consultant. Okay, I'll try to dial it up if y'all want to. Said Kevin Samuels passing, y'all. Sitting in the gutter thinking about all my homies passed away. So, several online sources have reported the sad news of Kevin Samuels' death at age 56. The heartbreaking news left everybody with questions surrounding Kevin Samuels' cause of death. Yeah, because we don't even know that he passed. On May 5th, 2022, online sources, gossip of the city, got the what they call y'all, and some Twitter users claim that Samuels has passed away, but Samuels' family and close friends have not released a statement to confirm the sad news, and we do not confirm nor reject. Okay, so they're saying we ain't saying this is true. We're not saying this is true. Related to Kevin Samuels' death, our team is trying to provide the latest details as soon as possible, and make sure you check out back regularly for the latest updates. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, just don't say nothing about him passing away. Is we singing sitting in the ghetto or no, Kevin Samuels? Go live. Go live. Because this is annoying. I'm like, this is annoying. Are we really sitting around waiting to see if somebody's still breathing? Gross. I'm like, you could just like let us know. Because he's making himself way more important than he is. Okay? He'll be a little bit more important if he passed away because that's sad. But if he's not gone, hurry up so we can move on with the commentary. Like, no, ain't nobody about to be sitting around talking about you. Like, you get enough unneeded attention. Like, yeah, no, we're past. So yeah, hurry up so we can get you out our titles and all of that stuff if you still here. But if he's gone, let me know. Let me know, homie. Like, this is weird. This is weird because it's just super simple for him to just drop something, rather text or voice. Just be like, hey, I'm fine. Because this is dumb. This is dumb. Because I don't know if I'm supposed to be cussing you out or like what's going on. Because I really wanted to flame him. I really wanted to. But now it's like, I'm not sure. It's like, well, did he? because you would hope this news wouldn't just come out for nothing. But that's why, hoax like this are really bad, when you say that you're not here, because people don't like that. People don't like that. So I'm gonna drop the link, talk to y'all for a little bit. Where is it right here? Okay. Talk to y'all for a little bit. Don't do too much cussing. I mean, it's no big deal, but don't do too much cussing. I know y'all coming up here because I'm a very bad. And I am putting up a banner for all the haters, just in case y'all try to come up here. The link is in the chat. I ain't scared of nothing but the Lord. Oh, what happened? Okay. I ain't scared of nothing but the Lord. So, yeah, if you want to come up and get way off topic, stop. That's on you. That's on you. Real life embarrassment. If you want to get real life embarrassed, you go right ahead. Do you want to get real life embarrassed? Oh, where are you going? Okay, hold on. Put my banner because you're already jumping through. Hold on. Let me pick a good one. Let's pick a good one. Should we do this one? Lord, look at Dr. Dre. Lord, look at Dr. Dre. Lepping the wood up to do no good. Okay, so let me drop the link again. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 3. I love you guys. Feel free to come on up and chat. Okay, hold on. I have to move. I can't see. I can't see. Okay. Hi.
Hey, baby.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sean?
I am great. How are you, darling?
I'm shocked.
Why are you shocked? What's your opinion on all this stuff that's going on, girl?
If I say what I gotta say, you're gonna judge me.
No, you go right ahead. It's just don't be like, I'm glad if you think he passed away. Don't be like, I'm glad. Go get you nothing like that.
I just wanted to say, look at God. I mean,
Ooh.
I didn't expect him to. I hope he's okay, but this is what the culture needed for him to be removed. He was detrimental. I'm not wishing death on no one, not even Kevin. But look at God. If it's true.
Oh my goodness. Why is we getting to look at God?
Because you see, God don't like ugly. And when you come into this world to sit on a podcast and talk about women and disrespect women and think you could talk about women's looks, when all you do is dress up in a suit and sit in your bedroom, you're not going anywhere, you're just in your suit. With this old man thinks he can come out of his senior citizen last years of his life and talk on black women. He tried to really and truly, if I'm really honest, Kevin Samuels, in my opinion, gave the torch to like Fresh and Fit and all these other men. Even in the UK, we've got some men that sit on podcasts and just complain about women. It's all down to Kevin Samuels. Instead of when George Floyd died, what did black women do? We got up and we marched. What did black men do? They got on a podcast and started cussing us.
All right, girl.
You know what I mean?
I don't disagree necessarily with what you're saying. I'm sure there's, other people, especially men, that would disagree with what you're saying, but I get it. I just think that if you feel like Kevin Samuels has disrespected or degraded, women just like in general, or made you feel personal, that it was like he personally attacking you, I can't knock that. No different than with me is some people that felt like I've personally or just in general have been, offensive with something that I may have discussed or maybe a way that I've spoke about a woman. So that's why when it does come to people like Kevin Samuels and others that speak like him, I give him a regard to a certain extent.
You've only gone after Transrena, right? Transrena and pop quiz, tell me where your children is, right? Those are the only two women you've gone after. Kevin will have you call in the show as with your broken self-esteem, I don't even know why my sisters are calling him, but Kevin will have you call in the show. He will have you show your face, and then he'll sit there and be like, okay, so what are you on a scale of 10? What do you rate yourself on a scale of 10? And do you work? And are you married? Like, who is this man? Like, do you work? Are you married?
I'd like to say something
Where's your
because
shirt? Why are you
I
always
don't
in the
want
suit?
Oh, let me turn that down. That's out. I don't want to cut off Banter Babe, but I would like to correct Sean. Sir, you don't
Mhm.
speak like Kevin Samuels. I just like to take because we never had a cuss. We would have had a cuss out match a long time ago.
Right.
We would have been
I'm
fighting.
sure.
You don't talk like that man. I don't appreciate that man. I don't like the things he said about black women. I don't like the things he said about women in particular. Period. I don't like the things he said. I don't like the instructions he's given our men on how to take care of us because he's most of the time dead wrong. He's a
Can I
true,
say
true,
something?
true
And
chauvinist, and I just don't hope I hope he ain't dead. But
this is something I
that
want to
dude,
admit because I mean, you know, like Donald Trump, some families were divided whether they liked him or not. Me
yeah,
and my brother, yeah, we stopped speaking for 6 months because he followed Kevin Samuels. And my brother kept trying to tell me, oh no, you see, yeah, like what he says about women is right. Like he caused a divide in my family. So that's why I'm saying, look at God. I hope he's okay, but look at God.
Like a real rift
Yeah,
within your
like me and
family.
my brother, like he moved to Canada and he started listening to Kevin Samuels. And then I noticed the way he spoke to me, the way his mannerisms were. It's like he started turning into Kevin, you know, and like it really divided us. My brother's my best friend. We didn't speak for 6 months, and then thank God he saw the light. He stopped listening to Kevin. I didn't speak to him for an extra month because I wanted to be sure that Kevin, the demonic Kevin spirit was out of his system. And look, I got my brother back. So if Kevin is gone, then all I can say is look at God.
Okay.
Ruining families, ruining the black household.
Absolutely. Lucky Charm, would you like to say something? I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop the link too for anybody else that wants to come on.
I like
Lucky
to
Charm.
say something.
No, you absolutely can. I just Lucky Charm hasn't said anything, and if they're not saying anything, I'm gonna bump to the next person that's
Okay.
waiting. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
talking, so yeah, you
Yeah.
stay.
So
I'm just-
okay, I'm with you, Sean. So the thing is, I'm really sorry that happened
Mhm.
between you and your family member. That is very unfortunate and very sad to hear. What I don't get is how anybody can let anybody in the screen be that important to affect their whole life. I understand that people were soaking in his things and trying to change their life and move away because they see him and they think, oh, I want to be like that. But half of that shit's a front. He didn't make
Ex-
his money off of being an asshole. He made his money off of hustling. You got to get out there and get a job. And just because you got a little money don't mean you could go treat your counterpart like an ass.
No,
right.
absolutely. What do you think,
Absolutely.
ladies? What is the
100%.
most disrespectful thing you think you've heard Kevin Samuels say?
Who, me?
Either one of you.
The most
Oh,
disrespectful thing I've ever heard him say was I think he said something about children, um, and no, it wasn't children. He basically said he could understand after everything he said about women, right? He had the nerve to say he can understand why some men then turn gay because the way women are treating them. And I just thought, okay, now you're going completely like off the mark. First of all, personally, in my opinion, I think if you're gay, you're born that way. It's not you, like, in my opinion. But for him to now say that we are turning men gay and he can understand it, it was just like, so what are you? What is this podcast
telling on
about?
himself.
Yeah, like what is this about? And where's your wife? Where's your family
That for
structure?
for me, it's not about anything he said. It's the fact that he could sit up there without the womanly experience or being a double minority as being a black woman would try to sit up and try to tell us how to be women. I can understand trying to tell us what you think men would like. Everybody's different, but trying to tell us what they think what men would like is different. But try to tell us how to be a woman, how to control myself, how to have my mannerisms, how to speak, how to who the hell are you?
Right.
Well,
And
That's
and
it.
absolutely.
like
That's my problem with
when
him.
did men get this. When did men decide to take it upon themselves to come and start correcting black women? At what point did life ever tell you that that's what you needed to do? Like, as a community, we needed black men to stand up and stand by us, not turn against us. Do you know what I mean? And he had lots of millions of listeners. The only good thing I can say is I do like the way white men came and dismantled him. They came and like broke him and Fresh and Fit down. But it was just embarrassing. Like, this is a black man. You know, we as black women are saying Black Lives Matter, stop killing our black men. Then you have this black man literally saying black women ain't shit. He's the reason why, if, God forbid, if another murder happens, I'm in the UK, but I will not be getting up to protest for nothing. Because look at the way black men treat us.
No, absolutely. So, well, I mean, I get it to a certain extent, but I just feel like we shouldn't compare the two. If you feel like something negative is going on in your community or to an individual, especially a person of color, and you feel that you want to stand up for it, then I feel like you should. But I wouldn't compare the two because I don't think it's anything to compare. If black women are standing up because people like George Floyd are passing away and whatnot, then their sons and people that they have underneath them should be doing the same thing. And they should be making them stick up for what's right. You know, it's not just based off of the woman. Like, I don't look at it that way, because as a man, I'm going to support it, whether, you know, a black person is supporting it or not. I don't care. Like, if I believe in it, I'm going to support it, you know, type of person. And that's where the true change comes in. Not just people going with the fad and it's just like, well, everybody's defending George because, but well, what if you heard the entire situation in its entirety and you felt differently maybe about how somebody else, but you still disagree, but you disagree differently, then you're going to separate yourself from how certain people were thinking. Now that I know what's going on, I still don't like what happened, but, you know, those people don't have a but. So jumping on something because other people are is different versus doing it because you truly believe in it. And I feel like a lot of black women mentally prepare themselves to fight because they know that they've always been the strength of the fight. So they have the most consistency. They hold on the longest. Those million men could not have marched if it was not a million women preparing them to do so. You know, so that's just how I look at it. Like, I feel like we can't look, because that keeps a divide, and we don't need to be divided with something like that. So it's like, me as a man, I disagree with a lot that Kevin Samuels has said, especially about women. So
he said a lot of homophobic.
So I'm not gonna side with him just because he's a man, but I could, you know, I could just be like, oh, you know what? He a black man. I'm standing behind him. You know, Bob, I could. But with the values and morals that I have, I don't agree with it based off of how I was raised. I wasn't raised to think that way, and how he is so judgmental, because I was taught actions are proof. So the best people around that were giving advice were people that were actually married. They had a successful family. Those were the advice givers, not the ones that were divorced, but trying to literally tell you what you are and aren't doing wrong, to where you aren't married. Like, that doesn't even make sense. People like you don't give advice. People like you sit in the back, you know, of the church.
Especially when he's trying to give his advice to the opposite sex.
Opposite sex, yes.
That's what pisses me off about. That's like really makes me mad about him. And he's a straight homophobe. People are people. What they do in their life ain't got nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
He's a straight homophobe. He has said some horrible things. I don't appreciate that guy at all.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, you know what is so sad about him? He's older than all of us on this panel. He's older than us. He's lived a longer life than us. You'd think he'd come with a better message. I feel like he literally saw that there was a segment of black women who do feel insecure. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to uplift these girls, he said, you know, I'm just going to drag them down. Why not? Let me just step on them while they're on the floor. And this is a man with grey hair. I'm sorry, you're old enough to literally be my grandfather. And this is how you choose to get on the internet to make money.
No, I agree. No, that's what I said. If a person feels that way, I can't take a person's feelings away from them. Because I think with a lot of men, especially, just because they agree with some things that Kevin Samuel says, that a lot of the other stuff they are kind of coerced into believing as well. So it's like, when he has points of a woman that doesn't necessarily, with some black women that want high, but aren't valued that way themselves. So it's like they're coming to the table literally with nothing, but their body. And they just feel that since they have set body, they are accustomed to certain things because of their body. Now, I understand a person knowing their worth and knowing their value. Cool.
Right.
So I'm never going to
Yeah.
knock a woman for that. But at the same time, you can't come into a relationship with nothing with an amount. Beggars cannot choose. And some Black women do, and just women in general. But when he specified with a lot of Black women who have the Young Miami JT type of mentality to, their lyrics, the City Girls, and a lot of things that they say about basically like not necessarily prostitution, but next to that's not enough to gang you like a marriage and a house and a home. Like the song WAP is not a literal song. I agree with that, and things in that nature, because that's very true. If you are going to
big old age, why are you watching what 20-year-olds are rapping and singing about? You've had your time. I'm sure back in your day, Kevin, there are a lot, because all this city girl living, it's not new. It's been around for years. The oldest book trade in the world is prostitution. So what these girls are talking about is not nothing new. This is not a new flex. There are girls out there that gold dig. Yes.
Look, it's not a flex.
But it's not a flex. But at the same time, Kevin is too old to be speaking on 20-something-year-old girls and the movement of the 21st century. You were born in the 20th century. You're probably born in the 50s, 60s. You're too old for this. You need to sit out. Let the young people do their thing.
Well, I don't know. I gotta disagree with that too. Shout out to Shanati. Hi, Shanati.
Hey, babe.
Hi, Ron. Can you hear Ron? Is it Ron? Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Shanati.
I don't.
Hello, everybody.
If Kevin Samuels is dead, obviously, rest in peace.
Right.
Condolences. I just I don't get the sentiment from Black women that they are maybe not happy, but they are okay with him being gone because they feel like he's been attacking them. My thing is this. Once I heard about who he was, I never went over there and listened. So nothing he's ever said about a Black woman that may or may not pertain to me has affected me in any meaningful way because I don't support that type of stuff. Now, I have seen him on the blogs, like a lot of people. And my whole thing is, why is he not entitled to his opinion? Black women don't do anything but talk about what Black men need to do as a father, in relationships, as employees, when it comes to their music, how they dress, whether or not they should be dating white women. Black women always have something to say about Black men. But as soon as there's a Black man that has something to say about Black women, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
do. We definitely
Come
have
on.
a problem.
No, not
Because
necessarily.
Black
It's
men
not
have been
that he had
degrading
anything
Black
to
women
say. It's
since
some
the
of the
beginning
things
of
he
time.
said, and I don't like him for his homophobic rants.
You know what?
Yeah,
And I get that
it's
as
not
far
about being
as
a
the
pick me for
homophobia and
Black
all of
men.
that stuff. But I've heard Black women talk about how Black men are deadbeat. Like
I'm not
Black
being
men
funny,
are
but if we
considered,
look
not
through
just
the
from white people,
history,
Black women constantly downgrade from whether their fathers weren't there to their brothers being in jail to their baby fathers not being around. Black women tend to have the most nastiest things to say about Black men.
okay, it's giving
They'll
pick me.
justify
That's
because
very
of color
true.
of their skin
giving
and the
pick
fact
me.
that they have given birth. So
Yeah, but can I say
I feel
something?
like he does the same thing to Black women.
No,
And a
can I
hit
say
dog will
something?
holler. I don't know any Black women in my real life who listens to Kevin Samuels. So for all these Black women who supposedly don't like him, but could tell you what he said verbatim, that is mental health. That's mental health on display.
It's
Because
not
as a
mental
Black
health.
woman
The
who
social
only heard
media
a
is
piece
around
of
and
what he
everybody goes
said,
on it.
I knew that he wasn't for me, and I stayed away from there. Nikki
Good
went
for
over
you.
there. I didn't even listen to her whole full thing. And if you know me, you know what's up. So I think
Can I
that
just say
sometimes we
something?
got to
When you're
take
saying that Black
accountability for what
women
we
are
intake,
constantly
and we got to
dragging
realize what
Black
we
men
stay out
down,
because that can
if you
turn around and come
historically
back
go
to us.
back over the years, look at when America was when it's from slavery, Black men have had it in their head, if I get with a white woman, my life is going to be better. Date who you want to date. But you cannot, over the years, Black men have constantly, and it's not just America, happens in Europe too, they constantly degrade Black women. put us
And
down.
black women do it to
say-
black men,
and
though.
praise other
It's not a
races,
one-way
and
thing. It's
praise
not like
other
black women are
races.
constantly uplifting
Okay, but
black
if
men.
you want to be
And
I don't want to argue with you, but I'm just saying, you cannot say, oh, I hear black women say, no, we're speaking up now because like we've been dealing with this for decades, for centuries. Black men, remember, men are supposed to be the providers, the protectors.
but yeah, that's
They
what I
don't do
mean
that.
right
Look at
there. You're
celebrities.
telling me what a
Look at
man
all
is
the
supposed to
celebrities
be,
in the
but you don't want
70s,
Kevin
when
Samuels
as soon
to
as they
tell
got a
you
bit
what
of
a
fame,
woman is
you.
supposed to be. Why is it
Pardon?
okay for a
Exactly.
woman to say what a man is supposed to be, but a man cannot say what a woman is supposed to be? You literally just did it. And I think that because it is us,
Because
we
I'm
don't,
not
when it
being
comes to certain
funny,
things,
because
we
men,
refuse to
can I
take
just say something?
accountability.
Let's
I'm not
be
going to sit
real.
there and
Let's
say
not
he
be
can't speak on
emotional
black
about
women.
it.
Then I turn around and talk
Men
about
are
black
not meant
men.
to sit.
Banter, babe. Like, you gotta chill. Like, I don't mind you being up here, but you have to chill because everyone wants to talk. Everyone can talk, and that's how it turns argumentative. If it's gonna be like that, because it seems more so of an attack. Because nobody's attacking you, and I don't feel like you're attacking anybody, but I feel like it's gonna get there, and it doesn't need to. So you spoke a lot, and we are letting you speak. Like if you once you hear this lie back, you'll see you talked a lot. So, but we have other people that we have not heard from. And I love that you speak. I love people coming up here voicing their opinion. That's why I want people up here. But at the same time, I don't want it to turn into something that it doesn't have to. And it's a good live, and I think we're all doing well. So I want to keep that flow going. So we're going to start with Ron, and then we'll go back to Banter Babe, and then we'll go back to Shanati. So Ron, you've been up here very patient. Thank you. I appreciate you being patient. What do you think about the situation with Kevin Samuels?
I just have a question. Is he like officially gone? Is he pronounced dead? Or is he
No
just
idea.
short right now?
I keep looking as we're sitting here, and I still have not seen anything concrete that says that he is gone.
Okay.
No, absolutely
Okay. As far as Kevin Samuels, in my opinion, it's 50-50 with me. I guess how everyone pretty much heard about him was when he went viral about rating that African American lady, and I guess he rated her maybe like a 4 or something, a 4 or 5 or something, and that's why he went viral. And I guess I did a little research and I backtracked on how he started. He originally started coming at men first. He was an image consultant and he was a influencer for men. And apparently he was doing it for like 3 years. And I guess he never got clout, I guess. He never went viral. And I don't think that was his motive. That's just, it was his lane. And then when he started consulting women for some reason, he just got big. And then everyone came out of the woodworks, started saying things like he doesn't like black women, et cetera, et cetera. So, it's kind of like as soon as he went viral, everyone started coming at him, I guess, when it came to the females. And I don't necessarily think he tries to diminish black women. I just think that's his platform as far as who calls into him. And remember, he doesn't contact these women. They contact him. And I think people kind of forget that. And I don't understand why most women are playing victim or they're upset or they're mad at him as far as him coming at them. Now, we don't have to agree with everything that he says, of course, but I don't think his intentions are ever bad. But like you said, I was listening to you, and I guess this is mainly for women that want higher value men, but they're not bringing anything to the table as far as what higher value men want in women. And I think that's where everyone's wires are getting crossed. So some people just want a regular guy, 9-to-5er, whether they're making 50,000, 60,000. This is him specifically talking about women that want 100,000 and over men, the 1% of the world. So I guess people get their wires crossed and it just makes everything get all crazy. And I think if he is gone, it's a very sad situation because I don't think he was ever intended to help anybody. I don't think he's a plant. I don't think he's trying to put down women. Society has been putting down African American women from slavery, and I don't think he's this plant to just tear them down. It just so happens that his audience is African American women, but they are the ones calling in to him, I don't understand why he's the bad guy. That's all I would have to say about that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I'm not going to Well, yeah, because he is the bad guy. And the reason why I say that he is the bad guy is because no different than what Shanadi was saying earlier, men are entitled to their opinion, just like women are entitled to their opinion as well. So if it's okay for a woman to go around and say certain things about a man, then it should be okay for a man to go around and say certain things about a woman. Where I feel that the wire gets crossed is in how that is being translated and how he is approaching it. How Kevin has approached it to me has been more so in a way of demeaning and degrading women more so for the hetero likeliness. You know, because he has a huge heterosexual crowd. Like the majority of his crowd are heterosexual men that watch, but the women are the ones who participate. You know, so like that's the whole. That's how I look at it. I look at it as, in a lot of the things that Kevin says and does to me, they aren't necessarily wrong. It's just in how he conveys it, how he approaches the situation. He knows is not in the best light. He knows that people are going to look at him a certain way. And it's no different than a black woman. If a black woman has a podcast or anything like that to where she's coming at black men, talking about them in a certain way, they're going to catch flack for that too. Like she's going to have a certain energy that she gets, like the White Girl podcast and that lipstick podcast that old girl of the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee, was doing. Those women get a lot of flack, you know, for the things that they say, especially when they empower women, when they try to have a sisterhood. You know, they do get, you know, flack for that if they're coming down on a man. So it's both ways. It's just Kevin has a bigger platform. So with his platform being so big, that's why he's going to be targeted quicker, because he is bigger. You know, so a lot of people are going to see this immediately and judge and perceive him a certain way. If Kevin was not that person, you would know. Meaning he would show another side. If he just seems really one-sided in that he's cruel in a justifiable way, but it's still cruel, you know, and how he's doing it. And he knows. So you know you're going to get a certain energy for it. He could change it if he wanted to. He chose not to. So he wants to be looked at as the big bad wolf. He wants to be looked at that way.
The villain. He wants to be the bad guy.
Yes, he wants to be the bad guy. He does.
He wants to be the drama.
That too.
Yeah, he's a clout guy when it comes to the females.
And can I just say, I wanted to apologize. I didn't want it to come across like I was arguing with the other lady. I think it was just passion in the voice.
Oh no! I just, in general, like I feel like the conversation is going good. You know, I just feel like when you do get passionate, sometimes people can take that as something different. Not to say that Shanadi would have. Shout out to Slums and Shanadi. I don't think she would have, but
and we also have to listen in order to be able to reply. So we have to listen instead of talking over people.
Yeah, I'm still learning to do that because
No, so Shanadi, Shanadi, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Super Sways, Shanadi, all of you, Banter, Ron. Shanadi said earlier, which I feel is a really good point, to where she said that, you know, men are criticized by women all the time. So it's okay that, you know, if they want to do it in return, why is it an outrage? Why is it such an issue that he does it? Based off of his approach, do you feel that it's the approach, or do you think it's his demeanor and just how he is and how he thinks?
I know for me, I can't talk to nobody about their approach, because I know when I come on air and I come on different platforms, I bring a certain energy. So my approach and my energy are for the people that are for me. I do not expect someone to cater to me. I expect them to cater to their audience. And if I fit in with that, then I fit in with that. So however he delivers his message, there's people who are receiving it. He has how many subscribers? How many of those subscribers are the very black women who are now yelling, thank God, because he was such a bad guy? Why are you over there? So my delivery is my delivery for my people. How you deliver things to your audience is how you deliver them. And how he does it is how he does it. So I don't think that he is wrong. I think that it's something that I already know I didn't want to take in. I don't listen to his content. I do not. It's not about I'm for him or I'm against him. I heard some things he had to say. I did not agree. I fundamentally, at the core of them, did not agree. So I stayed away. It was not. I'm not compelled to go run and because I'm a certain type of woman. So I don't feel the need to go run and argue with a man, especially a black man, about his opinion on something that don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care if he's talking about black women. I am one of many. If it don't apply, let it fly. So
Right.
I can't say nothing about his approach. His approach is for his audience. If you don't feel his approach, why are you there? Like, that's the biggest thing. Why are you there? Explain that one to me first, and then maybe I'll be able to understand why you're so mad.
For me,
Agreed.
I too am not a follower, but I can't help but see him because of the other content that I watch. So people put him out there, see his stuff. I do my best not to watch or follow the directive of whoever the content creator is that is speaking upon him, and to decipher my own decision. For me, it's some of the homophobic rants. It's for him telling black women not to believe their daughters when they say about somebody's touching them. It's some of the stuff
Right.
he has said that has hurt me tremendously, but it doesn't necessarily affect me. Like, I turn him off and I go live my life. But the world and the society is ultra sensitive. They're way more sensitive than I am. Like, you can't hardly tell a joke anymore. Comedians are getting backlash. Rappers are getting backlash. You can't say nothing no more. So for me, I feel like when we know that we're in this type of society, you should be careful when you're in a public domain. That's just how I feel about it. That's my thing. So some of the stuff he has been harmful, and I can see some of the mannerism in the men, that because there are men that hang on his every word and think they should direct their life towards where he says direct their life toward, and they treat women a certain way. But the thing is, there's always going to be somebody, and there's always going to be those people that don't quite think for themselves. So whether he's out of the game or not, it's going to be those. I don't appreciate it and I don't like it, but who am I? I'm one person. It's inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Um,
Unfortunately, it is.
I was gonna say, while I agree that, you know, if women say stuff about women, men should be able to say it too. Yeah, that's fine. But as a man, why would you want to? If you're seeing a bunch of women online sitting down in a group on a podcast talking about their grievances that they find with men, why then as a man would you think, okay, you know what, I'm going to do tit for tat, I'm going to go and talk about it too, I'm going to say what disturbs me? Like, it's just like there's no need for it. If you
Mhm.
see a woman, if you're a man, or if I was a man and I saw women complaining, women are emotional beings. When we're upset about something, we sit down, we talk about our emotions.
But
So
men may be emotional too. And I know I just cut you off, but you're making a really great point. And I feel like if it goes on too long, I won't be able to get mine in timely. But men have emotions too, right? So and a lot of women, and you know, we do this when we raising our sons. Oh, don't cry, get up, you're a big boy, you can handle it. Maybe the reason women are not used to hearing men's opinions is because men have been told you're not allowed to. It's not manly to speak on things for so long. And now men are coming out and they are wearing different color clothes that used to not be considered manly. Their outfits look a different way that's not necessarily used to be considered manly. And they're having conversations, and those conversations are happening in the public. These same conversations
Yeah.
used to be for the barbershop. The only difference now is women are getting to hear what men think about different things. And I just don't think we can handle it. I think most women cannot believe that men are capable of having some of the conversations that we hear. Because
you
as a woman, I have sat with other women and I've heard women, you know, aunts and grandmothers and things like that, say bad things about black men, about the uncle who might have did this, about the father or the boyfriend, how black mothers treat their daughters' boyfriends. So we have a lot with the way that we project on what we think a man is. And
can
for me, I just want us to be cognizant that if we're going to project what we think a man should or shouldn't do, then men are going to tell us what they think women should and shouldn't do. Maybe men feel like women should not speak on men at all. You're not a man. Don't tell me as a man that I can be faithful. You don't know what it's like to have an appendage that I have. You don't know what but women always, oh, men could be faithful. They just don't want to. So we all have our things with each other.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. As a woman, I'm not here to go back and forth with a man about what he thinks is wrong. And you made a good point. You said that men are now talking about their feelings. I disagree. What Kevin Samuels is doing, yes, black men have been through a lot. So why are they not talking about their mental health? Kevin Samuels specifically is targeting Black women, and the delivery is so vicious, it's so brutal. And what is the point? And also, we have. I'm also
I
looking
don't
at
know. I
those
can't,
women.
but we can't say he attacks Black women. The
So
reason why I'm going to say he doesn't
No,
attack Black
I'm
women,
saying
that
the
is his
delivery.
audience. That who are you? Because we can't take that from them and then just place that upon him. Women decide to sit
Call
there
him.
and be degraded. They
Yeah,
decide that
that's what I
prior.
was
That
just
is a
about to say.
decision. So we can't just remove that and make it look like it's his responsibility to
No, I
be
was.
kind to this person, although they probably already know what he's going to say. So no, they need to take accountability for that.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I was
not
just about to
taking
say that.
responsibility for
I
that.
was just about to say, I'm also looking
Yeah.
at the women sideways too, because
Mhm.
if your self-esteem is that low, where is your support system? Why do you think a man sitting in a suit, yeah, with glasses, why do you think a man is going to be able to make you feel better about yourself? Like, you've seen the show, you should have seen from the first viral clip the way he dealt with that woman. That made me think, all right, yeah, this guy's dangerous. Like, I've never watched his stuff. If it's not on Instagram, I don't personally go to his page. I see him on TikTok. I listen to some of the things he says, and I just think it makes no sense. And then I think, why is he even? And then I just don't even bother waste my time, because it's just, I don't understand. Yes, men and women can say what they have. They can talk about the issues that they have with each other, but women, we're coming from a place of, we've been dealing with this for years. There has, no one can sit here and say there has not been an issue in the Black community amongst men and women, like the absent father thing in the homes, in the 90s, the whole crack era. There's been so much damage done. So there is a divide between men and women. So instead, like, when women are talking about their grievances, all I'm saying is, as a man, I wouldn't look at a woman's podcast and think, you know what, I'm going to do a podcast and I'm going to say what I think is wrong with women.
Listen, a lot of
I
that
just
divide
wouldn't
is
do that.
systematic product as well.
Yeah, it's
You
systematic,
got
but
it.
I know, I completely understand it's systematic. However, I just feel like, it should not be a tit for tat. Yes, women are gonna complain about their things. I would like to see more Black men speaking about their mental health. If there was traumas in their life. You know what I'm really curious to know about, and don't think I'm a pervert, but sexual abuse amongst young men. And you never really hear it spoken about. I would like to hear more men talk about their mental health and the struggles that they go through, so that maybe we can have a dialogue and understanding. I do not want to hear a man saying, "Oh, you're an A, and women are this, and you're never gonna find a man, and you need a man with 6 figures." First of all, can Kevin even get a woman that earns 6 figures? Like, some of the things he says, and like the statistics that he gives. I'm a reporter, and I always think, where did this statistics come from? What was the demographic of the people that took part? He gives very broad statistics, but he doesn't break it down. He tries to generalize women statistically, but he's getting his statistics from America. Women around the world are watching you. So if you're going to get statistics about marriages, you need to go to Africa, you need to go to Europe, the Caribbean, everywhere where Black people are. Go and gather the correct information. Don't just go on one website and then come and feed that as all.
Most
Those
people
are the
look
only
up
things
where
I have
they
issues
are.
with.
Most people that are talking about something are not looking at all those demographics. They're actually looking at where they are, because they feel like when they're speaking to someone, they're speaking to people that are where they are. They don't realize that they have people from other countries and everybody and everywhere else chiming in. Until you really start learning to check your analytics like that, you don't know who's looking at you. You really
Yeah,
think
exactly.
everybody's where
But
you are.
no, but
So
I'm just saying,
nobody's looking at
when
that.
he gives those demographics, he says it was such matter of fact. And if there are and I'm just sitting there thinking, even if it is just America, what part of America? America's a massive continent. How many Black people and Black women are in America? How many of them have been married? How many? What was the age group? There's so many factors to get at statistics. So you can't just go on the internet and just take one thing and label all women. I won't say Black women, all women with that same brush.
Yeah, that's a great question in the chat. Who is this frat brother? Hold on, we're gonna do a quick. Hold on, y'all say backstage. We're going to do a quick update on what's going on with Kevin. I'm looking on his Instagram. There's still no post. The same sites, News One and USDaynews.com, they're the only two sites that are still publishing it. Okay, well, now this one, Top Info Guide, they're publishing it as well. But these all look like the same articles. Yeah, these all look like the same articles. But yeah, so what's the frat brother's name? Do they have an IG? Frat brothers, not one frat brother. Oh, frat brothers, so more than one. Okay, can we get one of their names? Can we get one of their names just so we can pull it up? Any way we can confirm it? I'm with that. I'm completely with that. So do we have a name of this frat brother? Because I want to know if anybody has any proof of him being gone, I'm all for pulling it up just so that people can know, so we can stop questioning it, because I just find that annoying. He still has not posted anything on IG or YouTube or Twitter. He still has not posted on any of his social media sites. So that is weird within itself. Like I said, that's still weird. I mean, so for people, because I don't know. And if he was DOA on arrival, like somebody said earlier in the chat, then there would have been really no reason for the hospital to, where I can see this is crazy. There would have been no reason for them to admit him if he was DOA. So that would be a good reason why Grady or the other two hospitals that I called did not have any record of him being admitted, because if he was DOA, then there would be no, you don't admit someone that's deceased, like they're deceased. So you usually like take them downstairs to the morgue, or, but somebody would have to come in and claim his body. It would have to be somebody close to him. Yeah. So it would have to be someone close. And I believe he has a daughter, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a daughter? Or an ex-wife or family member? Yeah, but on vacation they have internet signal. There is no way he don't know that he is trending #1 on Twitter right now because he is allegedly deceased. There's no way he doesn't know that. If we know, he know. If we know, he know. Right. The articles, right. An article said he was found unresponsive and died at the hospital with no. Okay, well then that means he wasn't DOA. That would mean that it wasn't DOA. Hold on. The original one I read was this one. Yeah. Let me pull this up. So this is what I read originally, and this is gossip of the City T. Yes. So shout out to gossip of the City T. Yeah. It says, but ask for Kevin Samuels at the front desk. There is an unresponsive male at the, does that say LOC? I can't see the reds over it. Breathing but not alert or conscious. So yeah, I mean, he would have definitely been DOA if he made it to the hospital. If he was already basically unresponsive, that means that he was barely breathing when they got there, right? That means that he was barely there. Okay. I don't understand why he just won't. If he is alive, he would have said something. I don't know. This is weird. This is weird. This is getting weird. This is getting weird because he could just easily say, I'm fine. Like, hey, I'm good. But he ain't saying I'm good. So this is weird. This is weird. I see died in his apartment reportedly from cardiac arrest. I've seen 2 other blogs, not blogs, websites. Hold on, I will pull. This is it right here. Yeah. So right here it says Kevin Samuels is dead as cardiac arrest linked to his cause of death. Hmm. Absolutely, but it don't say really like nothing. Hold on, it don't really like say. Oh yes, it does. Right here, Kevin Samuels died of cardiac arrest, hoax or real. No authentic media outlet nor his family member has shown the news until now. However, if you happen to glance at Twitter, the platform is all about his demise. So it appears like the influencer is in point of fact now not with us. So yeah, weird. I don't know. I just feel like he would have said something. And with him not saying anything, that makes it look like, this may be real, if him not speaking. It's it's just as easy as saying something. So if he hasn't said anything, he just may be gone. He just may. He just may. Absolutely. Somebody on his page posting what on which page? On which page? Was it Twitter, IG? Where is this? Where's it? Twitter, IG? I'll pull it right up. Twitter, IG, Facebook, where? I will pull it right up. Hold on. Energy drink is access bad for the heart. Yep. Energy drink. So is this. That's bad for the heart too. I don't know. From the rumor I heard. I don't know. I heard that. Y'all, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I'm just telling y'all what I heard. I heard that. And just enjoy yourself. That's what I heard. I'm just living off the bone. That I'm just telling y'all what I heard. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm just so y'all saying it was from a Red Bull. I don't know. I don't know if a Red Bull had anything to do with that. Y'all love just blaming it on energy drinks. Did nobody say? We don't have any proof of that. From what I heard, living off the wall. That's what I heard. Allegedly. Nah, that's what the people told me. The people told me, girl. It's over there having a cute little party. It ain't in well. Twinkle nose. That's I don't know. But continue to say, what if he's in a coma? I doubt it. I doubt it, because even if so, someone from his team, family, especially his team, would have said something, because of course his people, they just saw him hours ago. You see him at one moment and then the next minute he's just gone. That's how passing away happens. One minute you're here and the next minute you're gone. It's like, we get that, but someone would have said something close to him if he was. It's no different than like Miss Juicy Baby. The other day she got into a car accident. She's good. She's like stable, and all of that stuff. But her team still said something, even when she couldn't speak. Somebody spoke for her, So yeah, I just feel like if when Kanye back in the day, when he had his accident, we heard about it because his mama spoke for him. Just like, look, ... but it wasn't days later. It was the same day. So when Tracy Braxton left here, we found out the same day. Well, technically, because it happened like overnight, type of late in the evening over, you know. So it's like, you know, kind of, you know, but we knew, and people spoke for her, just like people spoke for the Braxton sisters, because, you know, it was going around that Tracy wasn't here, but we didn't know. We didn't know. So somebody would have said something if he was still here, especially like in a coma, you know, or something. I think so. And he would also have been admitted. Now, even if a celebrity goes to the hospital right now, if they don't have those one, because some celebrities have different like names. What do they call? I forgot what they call it, but they have a different aliases, you know, stuff when they go places. They have different aliases. So when they like check in the hotels and stuff like that, people can't find them. You know, they don't check in with their own name, you know, they check in underneath an alias, like a lot of presidents have it. And that's how Donald Trump got caught up with that porn star, because he used his alias, you know, instead of John Doe. He used that instead of you know. So yeah. I don't think he has one of those. Yeah. So they still got to tell you. Like, they don't have to give you any other information. Like, they don't have to tell you what floor, what they're there for. They don't have to tell you any of that. That's not violating HIPAA, but just simply calling the hospital and asking if someone is there, you're not violating any laws. Like that's not, you know, it's up to the hospital if they want to, like, well, most of them will just tell you, but they want to take like what room they're in, what they're there for, what they're being treated for, you know, like they won't tell you any of that, you know, but you know, they will be like, yes, we do have this person, or yes, this person is here. When they're deceased, it's different, you know. So like calling a morgue for a body, if they have not contacted the family or spoken to the family, they can't tell you anything. Now, after the family's contacted, then calling the morgue is a little different, you know, that's a little different. But before the body is claimed by someone, they don't give you no information. They're not going to tell you anything, because they're contacting the people they feel like they need to contact. You know, if your name ain't one of the, you know, emergency contacts, next of kin, you know, or any of that, then yeah, they're probably not going to contact you. So, or let you know, and you know, because whatever. So as far as I'm concerned, D-Rock says, I hope this is a hoax. I'm not wishing any death on Kevin. I don't want Kevin to have passed away. I don't want that. I don't wish death upon people, you know, things like that. Even though I disagree with him, I still won't want anything bad to happen to him. So if he has passed away, my condolences, you know, like to his family, you know, and whatnot. Yeah, if he's not here, there's nothing left for people to dislike. You know, you don't have to like that person because they're not here. But I just think that, you know, that's messed up. Yeah. Lord, Candace said he was disgusting. Be nice. Newsone reporter, he passed. I know, we pulled this up twice. Is Newsone reputable? Who is them? Is them TMZ cousins? Who is them? I didn't hear about them until today. So I don't know how much credit. I don't know how reputable they are. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know them. Is they like a big site, y'all? Is they like a site that we can believe? Because I haven't heard of them before today. I have not heard of them before today. So I'm like, News One. I'm like, who is that? So I mean, is they like related to the New York Times or something? No, kidding. You don't have to be nice. You don't. I mean, that's what I said. It is what it is. It absolutely is. So much for the high value man, Lord. Oh, I'm not about to do this, y'all. If he did pass, I'm sending thoughts and prayers to his family. See, look at the home girl here. Like, go on, girl. Me too. Me too. Swollen Martin reported it. Child, who is that? It is Cinco de Mayo. It is Cinco de Mayo. It is Cinco de Mayo. Go, Latinas. Terrence said, Barbara, you funny as hell. Thank you. Thank you. News One is similar to BT. BT cannot. BT be lying too. Shanali says, SeanDavieWay, bring us back up. No. No. No, I'm sick of y'all. I'm just kidding. Too persuasive. Hi, Shanali. Hi, Rhonda. Hi.
Oh, we back. Thank you, Shanati. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Shanati.
Yup,
See,
yup.
see, she be working.
I didn't have Shanali. I was gonna bring y'all back up here.
You was taking forever.
What
You
do
forgot about
want?
us. You forgot about us.
What
Nigga
do
put
you
us in
want?
timeout and forgot about us. I had a flashback.
I did forget. No, I'm just playing. No, I was
Yeah,
trying to
because
update the people.
You didn't see my comments or nothing. I put a link in the private chat on
Banter Babe
PTR.
still on punishment.
Everything.
Oh, Rondon one got a picture. He had to show you that he looked better.
Rondon
than
looking
most of y'all
good.
men. He has to show y'all
Hey,
that.
how you doing?
He have to show y'all.
I'm
Ow.
out.
Oh, I
So
can say
what-
hi to you now. Ow.
So do y'all think that he's gone, or do y'all think that he's still here? Because I'm confused.
Okay, so here's what if with the way that Kevin Samuels portrays himself to be an authoritarian on Black women and on women in general relationships, what if he's doing like an experiment? Because if you think listen to me. Listen, if you think about the Black guy who
calling
died,
the police.
That's
if
too
lying.
dark.
if
I
you
don't think
think
he can do
about
that.
the Black
That's too
guy
much.
who died in Miami by the white girl, and all of the Black women started coming out talking about some, oh well, he wasn't for us, and people was like, wait, what? Like they was really taken aback by that, because they like, one thing don't have nothing to do about the other. And even like white major news publications reported on the outcry of Black women to ignore the fact that this Black man may have been murdered by a white woman. So what if Kevin Samuels said, okay, so I'm gonna show you how all these Black women feel like they have value. They feel like they good women. They feel like they have a soul. But I know for a fact that if they found out or heard that I was dead, they would laugh. And that shows something about your character.
Oh, that's
if you
horrible.
can't put one thing to the side and show condolences for a loss of human life, that says something about you. And right now, a lot of people are showing a certain part of their character, and I don't really know if they understand that when you are laughing about, like, just think about that. You're laughing because somebody possibly passed away and you never even met that person, but you take rejoice in the suffering of someone else. That right there is an indictment on Black women to see this. And if he come out later on tomorrow and be like, yeah, look, or see all those high value women and how they was coming for me, but y'all don't understand why Black men do, like, I could see that too.
I mean, that's deep. Don't get me wrong.
Fathomable.
Oh, that's like
I don't think he's that smart.
cancellation. That's
he would get canceled though.
You that whole
you can't play with death like
that's
that.
a no.
That's a social experiment.
No,
it's not his fault. Your
that's
reaction to hearing news that is not confirmed, it is not his fault that the internet is so messy that one rumor can be picked up and spread to the point. And all of these outlets, News One is not TV One. Roland Martin is with TV One, and that is a sister company to BET. I don't know who News One is, but yeah, they're not the same thing.
Shanati,
TV One is something different.
I have a question, Shanati. Who is on Trend News?
Entree?
Yeah.
Or Encore?
On Trend. ONTREND. On Trend. Because I just found them.
I'm not sure, but if anybody is saying that it's reported that he's dead, that means they're doing the same thing that we're doing. Until you see somebody say that it is confirmed, then everybody is just saying what everybody else is saying. And if you have a blog, you can go on your blog right now and put up a post and put the titles, Kevin Samuels is dead, so you can be in the Google algorithm and have people trying to figure out if you're reputable or not while still getting all them hits to your page. But News One and TV One are two totally different things.
There's a website called On Trend News. They put an article up a little more than 30 minutes ago. It says that Kevin Samuels isn't dead and it's fake news. And that's on Trend News. I don't know who to believe. I've never heard of On Trend either.
I'm not saying that he's not, but I am saying that the way that he carries his show, I could see this being part of I never said that. Nobody from my team, no management people, nobody who knows me in real life came out and confirmed it. Y'all ran with it. And now that we see y'all ran with it, let's go look at some of these comments. I could see him pulling up women's comments and seeing what they were saying and laughing. And I could see him turning that around. Because that's what I would do. Because it's not my fault you took a rumor and ran with it. I mean, you grown, right?
Hold on. Hold on. Where is this friend? Who is this friend? Y'all, is he live right now? Where is he? So I can pull him up. I would love to hear who is his friend. What is his name? Okay, yes. What is his name? What is his name? I'll go to his channel right or page right now. What is his name? Her name. Okay, her name. Okay, y'all keep going. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go pull out. Okay.
No, I'm just saying
Okay.
it could very well be it could not be a hoax, but it could be, it may not be something that he even started. But listen, let me tell you something right now. If I get up on the internet and somebody is talking about Shanoti passed away and I'm looking at this on my phone, I'm calling my kids and I'm gonna be like, yo, just go post real quick that's crazy. Don't post nothing else. Just put that's crazy and then leave it alone. They're gonna be like, Mom. They're like, really? You troll? I'm like, just put that's crazy and then get off the internet, please. And I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna tell my kid, who said that? Like, I'm petty like that. Yeah, because that's what you get for running around believing everything that you hear. Like a chicken with your head cut off. No one has said it's confirmed.
I think it could go both. I think it could go both ways, and I hear what you're saying because I was thinking along those lines too. Because I think that that's something he would do, and the reason why I say that is because his ratings have been dropping. Like he don't get the viewers that he used to get last year this time, but the way the hospital is reporting and the circumstances surrounding it, something did actually happen with someone named Kevin Samuels. Now, it has not been confirmed that it is that Kevin Samuels, but by not to me, no big sources like CNN, the Shade Room. And the Shade Room has reported stuff before that they've had to retract. TMZ hasn't reported it. So I definitely see, like, if, I did think like that, like, if this isn't true, like, this is something, he's a stunt queen. Like, I could definitely see him doing it to pull back in those ratings, to see, to actually turn that whole narrative around and also, to pull back in those ratings. What is everybody doing right now? We're checking his page. We're Googling him. Like, we are all over this. Like, he's seeing the outcry of the public about this situation. So,
and
but
unfortunately,
it is definitely being
good.
reported that a man named Kevin Samuels was delivered to Grady Hospital and he had expired under suspicious circumstances. Now, there was heart attack attached to it. There was also some other things attached to it. In a luxury apartment in Atlanta. So it could very well be him. It could very well not be him. But
I'm waiting on
thank you. Shout out
TMZ
to
to
Sean
report
because
it.
I came over here from Nosy's channel.
Shout out to Nosy. Love Nosy.
I'm waiting for it to
Sean
be
reported
reported on
to
TMZ.
Nosy covered it, and of course I came back here to my lover, because I said I'm pretty sure she's reporting and he's gonna be on. So, but yeah, shout out to Sean because Sean is the one who told Nosy, and then Nosy, was going. I caught her live. That's how I found out about it. But we were digging, honey. This was a great day to be off work. I will tell you that. Because I was over here like, oh my God, cannot Kevin Samuels, I've got mixed views towards him. Like some stuff he says make a lot of sense.
Petty Betty, if it's not the Kevin that we're thinking of, then a lot of people just expose themselves for being cold-hearted and callous in a time that should be for remembering, reflection, and grieving. That is my whole point. Whether or not he is alive or not, there's definitely a bigger conversation that can be had about the reaction that people are having to reported death. And as far as it being reported by a reputable blog, TMZ has reported on Kevin Samuels before. So it is not far-fetched to think of TMZ possibly reporting on this if this is possible. And they have their little spies everywhere. I know it's easier for them to get information in LA than it may be Atlanta. But you would think that even if he was in a cardiac arrest, if he was in a coma, you would think TMZ would say something because this would bring everybody. Everybody would go to them. NBC, Fox, everybody would report that TMZ said such and such if TMZ has something to say.
I think there's two things. I think that either it could be the death hoax thing going on, and it could very well be that. Or the way he died, the circumstances, because the image that he portrayed And the way that they found him, and like the things that I have heard that is swirling around that whole entire situation, that PR team is scrambling right now, trying to get a story
They
together.
had pictures of
trying to
Kobe
keep this story
Bryant and
under
his
wraps.
daughter. They had pictures of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the rest of them people on that plane. Kevin Samuels is not going to get no leeway that they didn't give to Whitney Houston or anybody of note. They ain't going to have no problem having his business all out on these streets, regardless if he was really found face down, bottom up or not. They're not going to care about reporting that. This ain't like the Obamas or the Carters or something like that. They would have his business out there without a breath of fresh air being able to
Dennis
get.
Byron said that he's not gone.
Who?
Dennis Byron on Twitter.
See what I'm saying? And if he come back and flame women for this is going to be bad. And this is why I don't be taking on stuff for myself, because if he start flaming people and making points, I'm going to be like, thank God I walk with the Lord, and your character does not change your reflection of my character. Because that's going to be shot out. And I'm on Google kiss now. My grandmother in heaven, because
I'm trying to do the process of elimination. I'm trying to see how many news towards his death and news towards his not being dead we see out there.
But see if anybody is confirmed or if people are saying it's being reported, because right now Sean is reporting that this has happened or possibly happened. He's not making a statement of fact, but there's a lot of people reporting on it. No one is confirming it.
Yeah, a lot of people, most people are saying that it isn't confirmed. I did have one conflicting article that says that he isn't dead and it's fake news. I already told y'all about that one. That is on what is that? That is, I'm on all these places right now just trying to look. This is at On Trend News, where they say it is fake news, but most of the places are saying that he passed away or allegedly dead, or I'm not seeing anything that's affirmative.
Y'all gonna make me go to his next live, and I'm gonna be one of the 1 million people in his goddamn chat. Just so now I'm gonna be over there. Let's see. This is how his shit spreads.
Shanati, no, we not. Shanati, no, we not.
Now.
No, we not. We gonna wait to see if he alive or dead, and if he ain't, if he is, we saying oh well, and we going on by our business. No, we not.
I'm going over there. There's no way after all of this that I would not go over there and listen to what he got to say to y'all. Because he ain't going to talk to me. I'm looking at y'all like, that's crazy.
Okay, well, make sure you tell me all about it, sis. I'm going. But I'm nosy. Don't forget to message me. You know how to find me. Don't forget me, Shanati.
A man by the name, see how she is?
I'm still in the back of the wife line, so you can just find me back there.
Okay.
Transrena said that may he rest in peace, waiting on family to confirm.
She said a man by the name of Kevin Samuels. She did not say my friend who I supposedly call that I know of.
You know what?
My friend.
Don't have no friends.
She interviewed him and turned on him with some crumbs on the top of her head. She turned on him.
You good? Are you good?
She ain't no good. Like, she don't know how to treat a
no, because she is evil.
She doesn't do what we would do.
Trigger words.
She not like us. She not loyal, and she wouldn't do what we would do.
They said Melanie can't. Okay, so what she did say, and what the lead attorney did say, they usually whenever they contact Kevin Samuels, he's quick to respond, or they get some type of response. There has been none.
Now somebody's saying neighborhood talk. Now see, that's somebody I would consider a reputable source.
Yes, that's reputable.
So let's go see.
Yes. I agree. I'm over here running. Hold on. I'm going over. I'm right here, y'all.
Oh God, it's there. God
okay, God, I'm about to leave the stream so I can get on my phone because I'm on a stream
8 minutes
on my phone.
ago.
Yeah, they just posted it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's crazy.
That's
Again,
sad.
I think they waited so long because the circumstances surrounding exactly what happened is crazy. And so I understand you saying about the pictures of Kobe Bryant's daughter. I didn't see them. So I'm a web sleuth. I go looking and searching for my own information. I didn't personally see them, and I look for them. You know, I got an app and stuff like that. You know, but anyhow, they do. You have PR teams. Kevin Samuels is a brand and made a lot of money, a lot of money. So he got people that they're trying to get this thing on tack, and make sure the story is right when they put it out there. Why I would want that, to protect my legacy, to protect my brand. There's a brand that still needs to be protected even after the fact. So
I tell you what,
it's all
man.
about money
Rest
at
in
the end
peace
of
to
the
that
day.
man, to the people that loved him. I am sorry for your loss.
Yes.
I am a God-fearing woman. I do walk with the Lord, so I do believe in heaven, and I do believe that God forgives all for their sins and for
I do
those
too,
who
and
trespass against us. So I
absolutely.
believe that he may be in a better place, but I do know that a loss is a loss, and there's grieving
A
that goes
loss
with
is a
that.
loss.
And so
Look,
It's
sure
for
hope
those
absolutely.
so.
people
Like I
who
said,
are
I
grieving,
didn't
I
agree with a
feel
lot of stuff he said, and I really didn't like the man, but I wouldn't wish death on anybody. And I really, really, really would like to send my love and condolences to everybody who loved him, because everybody got somebody that love him. So, man, that's sad.
Kevin Samuels said a lot of stuff that I was okay with. I wasn't an avid watcher of his channel, but some stuff that he said made a lot of sense. If you only listen to clips and heard bits and pieces of sound bites, it sounded really, really bad. And sometimes he used a lot of funny satire, and I think that was for some of the guys that were on there,
I
like
agree.
Big Shirley and all of that old funny stuff. But he was really telling women like, "Hey, take care of yourself. You gotta you want your man to still be attracted to you 15 years later. I'm pushing 40, but I don't look like it. So you know what I'm saying? Like I concur
he was
with that.
also telling women, stop focusing on what the man could be doing better and spend that time and energy bettering and investing in yourself. And then the man you deserve will be attracted to you without you having to try to attract them. But that just goes so far over women's heads, they
Sean
can't
might have hit it on
comprehend.
the nail. He might have hit on the nail when he said it was the delivery. Maybe it wasn't the delivery. Maybe he really, I know he had good intentions. He wasn't out here like
Girl,
being
is
a
you looking
horrible
at the screen?
human being.
What? Is there another one or girl?
No.
And I got a big
Tiff
too.
West. Tiff West. Stop, Tiff. No, Tiff West. I said no. She said she waiting on the scandal. I said me too, child. I hate
Shout
to
out
say
to
it,
the
but
queen.
child, I do like the message for you.
Shout out to our moderator queen, Tiff
All right,
West.
I hear that people are saying that he told the woman to ignore her daughter saying a man abused her. What he said was, don't act like women, including children, have not lied and made up stories. He did not say all. He said you question in general. Because if your child comes to you and say this something happened, you're going to say, wait, what? Who did what again? And when you hear it, you're going to decide for yourself whether or not you believe them. You've been lied to by your child, and you know when your child is not lying. He ain't saying don't believe. He said, but you're telling me that you're not going to have a question? Yeah, and usually when your child tell you something, it's the way they tell you the first time that makes you believe something. But there's a woman who just got sentenced to like 4 years in prison, a grown woman, for lying, saying that she was kidnapped, beat her own self up and all of this type of stuff just because she didn't want to be with her husband no more and wanted to go famous, try to do some Gone Girl stuff in real life. Then there was another woman who was accused of being a gone girl, and she really was fucking kidnapped, and the kidnappers blew up their own spot. Like, yo, we really did have her. And then they ended up finding out where she was, and none people went to jail. So no, unfortunately, you hear what's going on with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and him being a survivor of domestic violence with her being a perpetrator. Yeah, not all women can be believed, but I know that for some people, that's just a news flash. No, not all children and everything that comes out of a child's mouth can be believed. It don't mean that a kid is being malicious. Sometimes kids are coached to lie and say that a person did something out of revenge. And a lot of times it's mothers telling a kid to do something towards the father out of revenge or spite. There was a whole, so yeah, that's what he was talking about. And so I'm not the type of person that's just gonna sit there and let one side of a story be told just so you could get your point across when there's the context and the narrative matters.
Yes.
Sean, how did you pick this story up? Because that was so early on. Like, I think Nosy was on live for hours. I know it was light outside. I'm on the East Coast. It was light outside when I She's personal. If you don't
Sean lives on point.
Yeah, I get the tea, girl. But I had an idea of it.
If you don't
I
mind.
didn't think it was real. Honestly, last night I got some information while I was on Station Head about Kevin Samuels, and that was last night. So,
You know what? That's it. That's all I needed to know, baby.
oh yeah, I found out last night.
That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all I
last
need to know.
night.
Yeah. So, honey, I'm
Oh,
waiting for the
that's
scandals to come
terrible.
out.
Man, so
Baby.
look, because Neighborhood Talk
'Cause
said
you
they
know
were
the
told by the
girls-
police this morning. They already knew last night.
girls
Oh, he
is gonna be
he
chatting,
probably
honey,
fell out
and-
last night and passed this morning.
Ooh,
Sean, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying anything.
I am gagging. I am gagging.
I'm not saying
I
anything.
am
Oh, you know, I like
I
puzzles.
am gagging.
All I'm gonna say is I heard.
Ooh. That's what.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It was a cute
That's
little
what I
party.
heard
It was
last
it was a
night.
cute little party.
I
Was
heard
it
it was
really
right.
with Benzino? Yes or
I
no?
heard
I
it was
can
a
see my
cute
face,
little
but
party.
the logo in the way.
Was
heard
it
it was
with
a cute-
Benzino? Yes or no?
I can't divulge everything I know.
Well, I thought you.
All I know is I
Who
can
gonna
tell you
check
this.
you? Who gonna
I
check you?
heard
Who
that
gonna
it was
check
a
you?
party last night.
Too persuasive. Ask him who gonna check him.
Last night
A
He
cute
ain't
we had
talking.
an argument.
Ron,
Ron, ask him who gonna check him.
Look,
Are we not our king? Our king, and we're talking to our king right now.
I told
Yeah,
you
we
you know
not
what I
uncheckable.
know.
Are we not uncheckable? Ain't all of Shanati?
We
No,
are
I'm gonna
uncheckable.
ask
So
him.
Sean, tell us
Ain't
what's
we
tea.
uncheckable around this? Come
I
on.
told you the tea.
Okay, well you go tell me and Shanati later. We mum's the word.
That's all I know.
Okay,
What is
well,
you
listen.
winking and
So
twitching
you-
for?
That's
Spit
all
it
I
out.
know.
You
Yes,
gotta
you gonna
read
tell us
in
later,
between the
Shanati?
lines when
He gonna
when
call
they
you and you
reported
gonna
the
tell
story.
me.
When they reported the story, they said
Look at his face. That's how it's
said
He
that
gonna call you
that he
and then you
had
gonna tell
chest
me.
pains. He had chest pains in
Call
the
me,
morning.
Sha.
And when the lady went over there to try to help him, he fell on top of her, and she hit it and called 911. Now, what I got from that is, being that he fell, there's injuries to the body. They want you to know that he fell. Okay, there is injuries to the body. Okay, they added that part in there for a reason. They said lady. They did not say woman. They said lady. Okay, now you
Like
got
as
to
in
follow
later
it
boy.
now. You got to know how to read. Listen, you have to know how to read in between the lines, because baby, the girls reading and writing when they wrote that piece there, and it gave Big Tiffany a 4, and I caught all of it. And
It's
so
gonna be
being
some
that
scandal.
it was
I
a
will
cute little
say
party,
that.
and the people was rushing
So
to
can
get
I
off
say
live.
what does that mean? That if it
It's
comes
gonna
out,
be a scandal.
well, my whole thing is this though: if it comes out, if after his death he is quote unquote outed, so what does that mean? Everything he's ever said can't be like what? Because he's a gay man, you can't take nothing he say as value as far as a heterosexual woman.
Duh.
Like what does that mean?
Yeah, it means just that.
Ooh,
And
so
I
everybody
know,
knows
and
homophobia is gonna be shown.
Yeah, he's a liar. That means don't believe him. He was gay the whole time. Says he didn't even want you.
okay.
Oh,
And
I
then
never
he, and,
thought he
and
was
I mean,
advertising for himself. I thought he was giving advice to others who who went there and sought his advice. I didn't realize that he was auditioning for himself.
Well, no, I
thought
wouldn't
that
say it
if
was
you
more
wanted to
so
go
of
and
an
talk,
it was hetero advice. It's the difference
Yeah.
from getting advice from a
Exactly.
gay man and advice from a hetero man. Like it's two different things
why?
because it's not the same thing.
Why? Y'all
Because
both
a matter
men?
of no, it's a matter of perception.
speak,
I feel
Sean,
like
speak.
when it comes to a lot of like gay men, it's more so of them. Some of them interact with women and have relationships with women, have slept with women. So their experience is a little bit different. But most gay men that don't or have not, truly pursued a woman, I feel like their opinion on women are going to be completely different. It's your advice on women
Bias. It might
being
be biased.
attracted to them versus to not being attracted to them are completely different. So to me, gay advice is going to be, like he said, a little bit more biased, and the straight man is going to be more unbiased.
But how is that affecting women if his advice is for high value men and what they're looking for in women? Like it's
What do you-
not his like if his channel was for men.
But he wasn't
It's not his
necessarily.
fault that
But he
women was
wasn't
going in and
necessarily
taking what he
giving
was
men
saying.
advice. He was
Because the
more
men
so
didn't get a
giving
chance
women
to call
advice.
because women won't shut up.
No.
Yeah. That's why they couldn't get a call in. You see, Ron barely made it. And he had to put that picture up so he ain't get dropped. Otherwise, there'd be another chick up here. Men have a hard time getting through because look at us.
I don't agree.
You surrounded by women right now.
No, I just feel that it's more so. It's no different than with a lot of other people that are content creators too. Like the people in Carbon Nation, they more so take female energy. Like when their callers and the people that bring up on their panels is more so females. They don't really talk to men. So I feel like a lot of straight men that see all of these women coming on to the panel, they more so feel like, this is more so of a womanly thing, versus to him actually giving men advice. Because if he could have those type of conversations with men, I think that he would. But most men watch women be objectified and degraded and demeaned, and that's why most of them are watching. So no, I wouldn't say that. If men want to call in, they could. They don't.
I don't know. I just feel like you know how people were like, oh, you can't give advice about kids if you don't have kids. And then people are like, oh, well, no, that's not necessarily true because I was a kid and I know kids and I grew up with kids. So
no, that
I can
is
tell you
that is true.
Listen,
that is true. That is true. You can have an opinion on children. That's fine. But how you
that's
giving
all
advice
he
to
had.
none?
He had an opinion on relationships. So his sexuality shouldn't come into place with his opinion on heterosexual
his
or relationships in general, or just
it does.
It did. He had.
I think the problem is he kept
But
lying about it. Or he
here's
kept
the
denying
thing:
it.
why the PR team.
I didn't listen to him, so I can't say. I just feel like I don't want to single him out now that he's dead over his sexuality of all things. Let's keep it on the fact that y'all was offended by what he
but
said
the reason,
and not his sexuality, because I don't want it to start going that way. Because I can't be a part.
But
of that.
the reason,
understandable.
Another reason why they're going to do it. Another reason why they're going to do it is because he's a black man that did it. And they're going to nail him to the cross. Do you hear me? When that scandal comes out, honey, they're going to have, when I say they are going to nail him.
Well, I don't know any scandal that's going to involve his sexuality. Like, as far as I'm concerned, his sexuality is not involved.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's the whole point that I'm trying to make. It shouldn't come up in this.
Even if they don't publicize it, there will be rumors swirling, okay? There will be rumors swirling. They are swirling now, honey. The streets are talking and the ears are to the streets, honey. And everyone is whispering and making phone calls. And honey, people just leaning over, yelling at their man sitting next to him. Yeah, I told you this. I mean, the community is in an uproar, honey.
I just wonder what went wrong because Kevin, he was in pretty good shape though. He was in pretty good shape and he was only 56.
Wasn't he? I thought he looked
His heart's probably bad though, man.
Oh wow, that's really young. That's young.
His
young
heart
to go.
Is bad.
Yeah.
That first thing I thought of though, he did drink a lot of Red Bull.
That's young to fall out.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty young.
I'm sorry.
I gotta.
That's stress. You don't know if he's been feeling sick and then he ain't go to the hospital and it just escalated.
Well, he should have stopped talking about women like that.
Sean,
why don't
I'm
looking right at you. I'm literally looking right at you.
You should have been talking about women like that. That can affect the digestive system.
Who in the comments said he had poppers? Who said? What is that?
Listen, Sean, I thought we had an agreement that when you had
your wives
by your side, you wouldn't disrespect us in public.
What happened? No, I'm not.
I thought you said when you had your wives by your side, you weren't going to disrespect us in public.
I'm not, my love. I can't what they said poppers in the chat. That is not bad.
That's what the people is whispering in the streets, honey. I don't know.
They whisper poppers in the street out here, honey. They said poppers in the street. Because I
He had told
heard,
me
I think a
twice.
lot of
I heard, you know.
Yeah, I
So you
be
telling me that
definitely
he was
I-
at that
been
party
sleeping
that
with my
Cardi was
phone by
hosting,
my head because
allegedly?
your
No,
time zone. You call me early in the morning when you know everything.
I heard what Poppers. What's that?
well,
Poppers
you
is
know what? When we gathering, Sean, it sounds poppers. Poppers are poppers. And so what I'm gathering from all of this, there was a party bag. So you know what I'm saying? If there was a certain party, and you have a party bag, and party favors.
I got to
Honey, the streets
know.
are banging down. Okay.
well. This is why, because people saying, "Come on, Sean." This is why I said that because what I heard last night, right? I'm just like I paid a dust
You
because I'm just
motherfucker! I thought you was about to tell us.
no,
Look at him. Shanati got me stressed out. Holding
bro.
Yo,
my
he
head.
said because what I heard last night,
What
and then
I heard
paused like he
last
was probably
night.
about to
What
say
I
it.
heard last night.
What you
I
heard last
What you
night?
heard? What you heard?
don't worry about it. I paid it dust because I'm like, well, other people will be reporting on this. I'm like, why would I just be like one of the only people that know about this? Like, come on now. So, but there was other people that were talking about it behind the scenes last night. So, some of my friends, and when they was talking about, I'm just like, no, because the main person that was talking about it hates Kevin. I don't hate Kevin. I just disliked him and a lot of things that he's. I'm just not the biggest fan, whatever. But I've never hated him. You know what I mean? So, but this person like hates Kevin. So
Hate is
they're
a
just
strong
like,
word.
"Oh, Sean,
Hate is a
guess
strong word.
this." I'm just like, no. I'm like, and I don't think Kevin get down like that. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, this is just a whole bunch of, But there may seem to still be some truth to it. Some of it to me seems exaggerated, but more so out of hate for that person. But I'm not just gonna try to drop a story just because I've heard about it, just to do it. Like I like to have more proof behind what I'm saying. I want to go forward and say all this stuff about this man, and then I hear that over half of it isn't true, then I look stupid. I don't went forward and told you
Right.
all this information, and now it's just like, oh, that's not true. So that's why I said I didn't say anything. I just paid the dust. I'm like, well, we'll see.
So can you just do what the regular content creators do and put allegedly in front of what the story is? And tell us. Thank you. Because they got a fix for that. Yeah, they got a 5-minute meal
I
deal.
gave y'all pieces. I said it was a cute little party, and whatnot.
It's gonna come out. Watch.
Situation.
Whatever
From what
it
I
is,
heard
it's gonna come out. Hopefully, I want to know.
It was a cute little
Listen,
oh, Miss Tiffany
the
Burger,
streets was
girl.
it was
It's
it was a cute little part. Hey, I Sean needed to see me because we be seeing each other a little much, and I think I wanted that we needed to see each other on this
Big
one
guy.
first. It was a cute. It was listen, so let me just paint a picture for y'all.
The both of y'all ain't saying shit. Y'all deserve each other.
We about to paint a picture, so naughty. Be quiet.
I be in this thing, okay? I just left a ball a week ago. Okay, and so when I came from the ball, I was privy to a cute little party, okay? And and then there's parties, there's after parties, and then there's intimate, one-on-one parties.
One-on-one parties, absolutely.
Okay, maybe 2 and 3 parties, but a smaller event, okay? A personal, situation. But by the time things went south, sounds to me, there were 2 people still at the party, okay? And the people was having difficulties. There was some injuries, and the people was in the floor when the people got there. That's all. That's what I got.
I heard that
This
too,
is the
and I
exact
also
I
heard
don't like people.
the person that called. It's sincere on that person too. That's why the phone call is different from what I hear at the beginning. The phone call gets a little bit more detailed.
Was the person who called a male or a female?
A female.
Was the person who called a cis or a cis woman or not?
No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
Was
I'm
the
not doing it.
was the
It
person
was
who
a girl.
A lady.
It was a girl.
It was a lady. It was a lady.
Cis
It was a lady.
woman
It was a lady.
or nah? Okay. All right, so we can leave that question on. There's a lot of legal substances in the world now. Was anything there found illegal?
Now I don't know what was found, but I know what I heard.
Now
What was
that would
going
be,
on.
that would be up to the police department. That would be up to
I
the
have no
police
idea what was
department.
found. I'm not gonna act like I heard all that.
Okay.
I didn't hear all that, but I
Okay.
did hear that
Ooh.
it was a situation that went from a bigger situation to a smaller situation, more so of a one-on-one, type of situation in certain things.
Is there any chance
happen.
that there was any BDSM going on?
No. I don't know.
No, because maybe you heard that he was found, tied up with certain things on them, and safe words weren't used. Like y'all
I'm
not
not
giving
going
us much. So I'm trying to ask the questions that people want to know.
Okay, so I don't know anything about that.
I can't
at
say
all.
that. Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna act like and put that out there. So, but and the stuff that I'm giving y'all is strictly from what was given already to the public. If you can read in between the lines on stuff, like me and Sean, we laughing and joking. Sean probably heard some real tea. Okay, but I'm just telling you from being when you're a part of the scene, you know what's going on, and you know what that gives. I already knew what Kevin gives. Sean probably already knew what that gave. You understand? So that's why there's really no animosity ever with me with Kevin, because I know what that gave. So it's it's about
so
money. It's about a bag, and it was about a ring.
That Kevin may or may not have been found with, that may or may not have made the call. Do we know this non-cis sister?
I don't know.
I'm just thinking of somebody.
Why are you saying nonsense?
No, that's a good question.
Why
That's a good question.
I don't.
Why are
I
you
don't.
saying
I
it
don't.
was
I don't. I
scam?
don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah, and I
There's a
don't know.
known person
And
like-
again,
thanks, sis. That's all we need.
the lady is the article. The article said lady.
You
It's
would make
lady.
a terrible
It is a
nigga
lady.
stuttering like that, girl. We got to
She
get that
can't.
together.
She can't go to the bake heist with me, girl.
That
What
she
you
giving
mean?
up everything. Police gonna be looking at you like, so y'all didn't do it, huh?
She said, "What you mean?"
I mean, stuttering or not, if I said I didn't do it and I said it was a lady, that's what it is. And then you can take the stuttering and take
Yeah,
it where you
he
want
really
to.
is.
But what
I
I said
believe
is
her
what
now.
I said.
I believe her.
Yup, he is.
Yes, he's gone.
That's
Kevin,
why I stutter
yeah,
sometimes.
Kyle
That's
from
why I'm
Yeah,
not
Neighborhood
gonna
it's
walk
a
right.
sad, unfortunate situation. Condolences to his family.
Absolutely. It's messed up.
Somebody
That's
said a lady
crazy.
of the night.
Oh no, child. Not the way you talk about regular ladies. He ain't with the lady in the night.
The rumors already started, but I mean, the rumors was going to start just based off the initial report of him being in the hospital. He was brought in there with, I mean, I can pull it up too. Suspicious markings on his body, and that was allegedly from. I can say that that's probably from him falling, right? From him falling. But what they need to do a further investigation.
But hold on. And they said, and catch this tea here. They said he fell on top of her, which means that she had injuries too. You see what I'm saying? You see how they threw that in there? That's what I gathered from that. If Kevin's how tall is Kevin, Sean? 6 what?
I think he's like, what is it, like 6'1", 6'2"?
6'1", 6'2". Okay, so he's that's a nice sized man with muscles and things. And so not injuries or what I guess what the lady was saying. He fell on top of me, so that's why he got injuries, because he fell, I fell, and
where's they saying this at? The Melanie lady on the live?
I don't really know how to come out of StreamYard and go back to my phone. I don't want to lose y'all. But there is an article, an actual news site reporting that.
No, one of the sites I read too said that he did have markings on his body, and that they needed to do a further investigation. But I'm like, well, how are they saying all this and they haven't even said that the man passed away? I'm just like, this is weird. So that's why I said I just kept reading. Like some articles say cardiac arrest, some articles don't. Yeah. Because some articles say cardiac arrest and some don't as well. The neighborhood talk, let's see what they posted. Of course, I've been scrolling on social media surrounding Kevin Samuels. I spoke with a police officer who shall remain anonymous, but they did confirm that Kevin has passed. I was told he passed this morning. Mm-hmm.
Now that's
This is sad.
Kyle
Though.
saying
Like,
he was
you know,
told
you
that
could
it
be here
happened
today,
this
gone
morning,
tomorrow.
Sean.
He was just
But
alive.
you
last
said that
night.
you heard stuff last night, so I'm more interested in
Correct. Just be told
just
with him,
rumors. I'm not
with
saying
him passing away this morning doesn't mean that he wasn't there all night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, type of situation. So it doesn't mean that this 911 call happened this morning. You know, like bright and early could have happened last night or after midnight, early in the morning, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It could have been at any time. It could have been at any time.
There
I'm
also
laughing
was
at the
a
comments.
poster. There also was a poster that said, let me see the comments. There also was a poster that said, when he went live, that you could hear a lady in the background, and they said that his response to her was he was trying to protect her. You know, I guess by keeping her out of the camera, or I guess there was some words being exchanged, so you know the public knew that there was someone else there.
Oh wow,
a lady. Yeah, and it says ironic. They found, and then the poster went on to put, they find it ironic, that he's dead the next day.
Wow.
So maybe when he was unconscious, he wasn't dead. He was just like, unconscious, knocked out or whatever. And then maybe he made it to the hospital and died there. Because neighborhood talk said he spoke to a police officer, but he's not even saying that he died in the hospital or in transport or was dead at the scene or none of that type of stuff. So maybe he he collapsed, because just because you collapse don't mean you instantly dead. You could just collapse. And there was someone there to make the call, but he just didn't survive it.
Crazy.
Okay, so can I say Tasha K? Sean, is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. But hold on, before you do,
say
the confusing part about it is that how did the caller know that he was on the ground and unresponsive if they didn't see him? So for the people that said that he died alone, it's like, are you sure? Because how did they know that? They knew to say Kevin's apartment, but they didn't say that it was
unless
Kevin.
they walked in and found him like that.
But who would just walk in? All of those units lock like automatically.
Somebody that had access.
Right. But she said that Kevin called her. Okay. Yeah. Weird. Right?
Kevin.
And now this non-cis sister, do we know her?
Who?
I never said she was non-cis. We said lady. We said lady.
I'm not saying nothing about that.
Yeah. We never said non-cis. We said a lady.
A lady.
Because we're all ladies. We're all ladies. Some of us are, men, and some of us are ladies. I'm a lady.
Well, is the individual a known individual? That's the question.
Sean, can you help with that?
No.
Sean's face already helped me. I don't know if anybody caught that. His face already helped me with that one.
No.
He trying to hold water. He tried.
I'm trying. Like I really. But y'all are poking.
Yeah, because we don't understand why.
We
are thirsty.
You don't need to understand why.
Like, just spill the tea. Who gonna check you?
Shanati, are you
Ain't nobody gonna check you. You are uncheckable.
Well, one, I didn't already say too much because I said that I wouldn't say.
Y'all in the chat, let him know that he is uncheckable and we got this and we wish him mother would.
Not even go live about
y'all hear him? He's not sounding confident right here, y'all. Run the chat up and let him know.
Sing it to us, bitch. Nah.
Hi,
don't say it. Sing it to us.
Let him know he uncheckable, queen.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something.
Everyone is doing great on this Cinco de Mayo day.
Cinco de Mayo.
Your Majesty.
Hi. Too persuasive. You trying to get some puss from me. I can tell.
Big
I
time.
got you, girl.
I
I
can
got
tell.
I,
She always bigging me up everywhere I am. I'm like,
because you
she's
got
trying
it
to get
like
me.
that. You's our queen. I got your back, girl.
But sad to say, first of all,
Ooh,
Sean, you were supposed to
chill.
call me before you went live, but that's okay.
I'm sorry. Girl, I was calling the hospitals and girl.
I know you were doing your research. I do want to give a shout out to Ruth Lewis if you are still in the house. Hey girl, who is in here as Kevin Samuels? Mods, block that.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy. Yeah,
Mods, block
bye.
that.
Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
creepy.
Respect
And
that man,
you
nah.
ought to be
Even if you
ashamed of
don't like him,
yourself.
even if you don't like him, it's
done.
not that deep. It's not that deep.
You ought to be ashamed of
He
yourself. But
gone.
it's really sad to
Absolutely.
hear that, Kevin has gone on to be with the Lord.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is that these streets are about to be popping all weekend.
Chill.
Because it's about to be all kinds of talk about, the drugs, the who, the when, the where, the why. And it's about to get super, super crazy because, people were already speculating about him, while he was already out in these streets, and let's just be honest, dogging women. So these streets are about to be super high all weekend about, who he was with, who he wasn't with, what he was like, when the camera was off. Like, it's about to be absolutely crazy.
Yes, it is confirmed for the people just coming in the chat. It is confirmed that Kevin Samuels has passed away. Yes, it has been
But you know
confirmed.
what? About back to the death hoax thing and all of that, because I don't want to dismiss that, because not now, when I had first seen it and heard all of this stuff and everything is swirling and everything that was rolling around. Kevin Samuels, I always pay attention to key details. He always said, shout out to the FBI and CIA. Now, I know that was an acronym that he
Wow.
made stand for something else, but Kevin Samuels came in like a ghost. Like, where did this man come from? And he left as fast as he came. And I mean, it was people that was, sometimes I would see him get $1,000, what are those little things called? Chat.
Super chats.
A time, super chats. Yeah, I would see him get $1,000 donations, I like to call them, and a time. So and his topics and things that he swirled up, really, changed the game out here for some relationships and some men. I'm probably sure there's some marriages that has broken up behind the dialogue of Kevin Samuels.
More than
A
likely, yeah.
possibility.
And with the way America is going right now, you need two people if you want to live comfortably, unless you're making some really, really good money. I don't know where you guys live at, but rent out here has gone up $300. I mean, they're just letting people know, like, hey, next month your rent is going to be going up $300. Housing market.
Yeah, I have actually
We
been
need
hearing
two
that a
people.
lot. I work in property management, so we have a lot of people moving to Texas and moving to Houston in particular. First of all, y'all, Houston is full. We are full. We are at capacity. Stop. We only got one spot reserved, and that spot is reserved for SeanDavieWay. Everybody else, I'm sorry, y'all got to go somewhere else. But anywho, I've been hearing a lot of
Can I come
that
over
from
your
people trying to come and lease an apartment home that, in other states, that the rent is going up 200 to 300, 400. One lady even told me $1,000, which I thought was ridiculous. So everybody is moving to the South, looking, except for Florida, looking for a less expensive way to live. And everybody knows in Texas, you're going to get more bang for your buck. You're going to get more land for your buck. You're going to get more space for your buck. So, yeah, I've been hearing that as well.
Yeah, so
Tip,
if
did
you
you
have
hear
to think,
anything last night about the social situation? And if you did, could you tell us, please, and just let us know that it's alleged because you wasn't there. We know that. We would never put that on.
It.
But
I
like,
will
have
tell
you heard
you
anything?
that Sean and I talked for a long time last night. Sean and I talked for a long time this afternoon. And Sean and I talked a little bit before Armand went live.
Yeah.
But
So you just
everything
as
else,
fake as the rest of them. Long story
everything
short.
else, I all I'm gonna say is just I wait for Sean to go live. Y'all just gotta wait for Sean to go live.
You really can't have, this
I
is
love
why.
Tiff. Oh, you wear that
This is
name well.
exactly
You wear that
why.
Tiffany name very well.
You know what? This is why.
I love her.
All right.
Tiff.
I cannot with
See
y'all.
why she's our
Well,
queen?
I want to thank all of y'all for coming up here. We're about to go over on Station Head.
Whoop,
So
whoop.
I'm about to go get some more information on what's going on. I've seen a few
And
of
not
the
tell us.
now posting. I might say a little bit. I might say a little piece of what I heard
On
last
Station
night.
Head,
And I did hear certain things. So on Station Head, I have
Oh, thank you.
So we're gonna go on Station Head and we're gonna talk about
Thank
this
you.
situation, and we're also going to talk about Armand. He's had some things going on. He went live as well today too. I'm going to cover some of the things about as well. So so we're going to go over to Station Head in about 10 minutes. We're going to put it up on the community, so y'all make sure y'all come over and check that out. Thank you all so much. Thank you, ladies, for coming up and being a part of the
Sean,
show.
for having us.
Thanks, Sean.
No problem. Thank you
Thank
all.
you, Sean. Thank you for
Thanks for
having
having
me.
Thanks for
Shout out
coming.
to
I
you,
appreciate
Tiff,
you all.
to Persuasive
Thank
and
you. Shout
Shanadi.
out
Nice
to
meeting
y'all.
all
you,
of y'all.
girls.
I love you guys.
Too.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. We're gonna be on Station Head. Y'all come over to Station Head. We're gonna be over there.
I'm coming.
Okay.